Hello, everyone. Welcome again. Welcome back again. This is my third time doing this video. Hopefully, it will be the last time I do this video. First time I was interrupted for an emergency. Second time the Wi-Fi went out. So I wasn't going to do it again, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it a third time. Like I say, third time's a charm. So hopefully, prayerfully, this will work out and we can get through this video without any complications. Okay? Any complications. But just know if my video goes out again, that's it today. We will resume back tomorrow. So today, I hope everyone's day is great, off to a great start. I know it was, rough probably this morning. Some people probably were out without power and some didn't get without power. I had my power's been on today, so thank God for that. But I know some people have been without power. So I pray that your power is restored and I pray that you're able to maintain and everything is okay. I know this morning was really crazy. It was windy and all kind of stuff. That wind was so strong, it blew some of my chairs in the backyard away. And one of them actually went over to the backyard to the next door neighbor, all in their yard in deep off grass. And my gazebo was blown away also to the middle part between my next door neighbor and our yard. It was a big, heavy gazebo now, and that wind was that strong. It blew it and to the where it was upside down on its four legs. So I got a little damage to my gazebo. So hopefully it's okay. But other than that, everything off to a great start. So with that being said, let's get into Exodus 36. I don't want to waste any more time because hopefully won't no issues happen anymore. But so we're on Exodus 36, Bezalel and Oholiab, and the tabernacle. And so yesterday recap Exodus 35, Sabbath regulations, the do's and don'ts. The do's was to work all six within those 6 days while you work, and then the seventh day God wanted them to rest. And also the materials for the tabernacle God had designed. He instructed them on what materials they were to bring as an offering to the Lord as to each of those, everyone who was willing to bring these materials, and they were to bring them to the Lord as an offering. And of course, Bezalel and Oholiab, they mentioned them again because we talked about them some chapters ago, and how they had God had filled them with the Spirit, and He had gifted them with different talents, and their skill that he gifted them with skill and ability and knowledge of all kinds of different crafts. And they were masters and craftsmen and designers, and that was the skill he had gifted them with. And of course, we talked about yesterday how God has given us talents and gifts, and that God, whatever it is that God wanted us to do, He gifted us with that skill to be able to perform that task. God wouldn't send you to do something and not give you that talent or skill to be able to perform it. So that's what we were talking about yesterday. So we are on Exodus 36. So we'll get right in. We'll do a word of prayer and follow along however you choose to follow along, and we'll get right into it. Father, thank you. As this will be my third time doing this video today, but Lord, just please hold this Wi-Fi and whatever is going on, Father, just please work it out and keep it going so that I can get this video done. Father, just bless every eye and every ear. Bless my words that are coming out of my mouth as I read your words. God, just give us wisdom and insight. Please forgive us, God, of our sins. And God, just let your spirit talk to me, through me, and for me, God. And just continue to lead me, Father. And help us to continue to come together each day to be able to share your word, learn your word, and grow in your word, Father God. And be able to apply your word each and every day. Father, give us insight, whatever it is that you will have us learn and gather from this word, Father. Bless us with it. God, we thank you so much for your teaching, Father. In Jesus' name, we thank you and pray. Amen. All right. Bezalel and Oholiab. We're continuing off from that yesterday, and it runs into this chapter also, chapter 36. So, chapter 36, Exodus chapter 36 reads, so Bezalel and Bezalel and Oholiab and every skilled person to whom the Lord has given skill and ability to know how to carry out all the work of constructing the sanctuary are to do the work just as the Lord has commanded. So they were to do the work as He had gifted them to do, and they were to do it as God commanded them to do it. Then Moses summoned Bezalel and Oholiab and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given ability and who was willing to come and do the work. They received from Moses all the offerings the Israelites had brought to carry out the work of of constructing the sanctuary. So all these offerings that they gave, who was willing, they brought all this work. I mean, they brought all these different offerings for them to be able to carry out the work that of constructing the sanctuary that God had instructed them to do. And the people continued to bring free will offerings morning and after morning. So they were continually free will bringing all these different offerings and bringing them and bringing them and bringing them. So all the skilled craftsmen who were doing all the work on the sanctuary left the work and said to Moses, "The people are bringing more than enough for doing the work the Lord commanded to be done." So they're bringing more than what was needed. So then Moses gave an order, and they sent this word throughout the camp: no man or woman is to make anything else as an offering for the sanctuary. And so the people were restrained from bringing more because what they already had was more than enough to do all the work. So all that God had told them to bring, they were bringing and they were bringing, and they actually were doing more than what was to be expected of them. So they brought extra materials, and it was like, hey, this is too much, we don't need all of this. So they stopped the work and they told Moses, like, hey, it's too much work, it's too much what they're bringing in too much. So Moses had to give order for them to stop bringing in because they have more than enough. So that was on finishing off the story with Oholiab and Bezalel. And so now we're reading on the tabernacle. So all the skilled men among the workmen made the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, with cherubim worked into them by a skilled craftsman. All the curtains were the same size, 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. They joined 5 of the curtains together and did the same with the other 5. Then they made loops of blue material along the edge of the end curtain in one set, and the same was done with the end curtain in the other set. They also made 50 loops on one curtain and 50 loops on the end curtain of the other set, with the loops opposite each other. Then they made 50 gold clasps and used them to fasten the two sets of curtains together so that the tabernacle was a unit. So here's some of the work that they're doing, what they're doing in the tabernacle with the curtains, and how they're doing the curtains and how they're making it and putting it together the exact way God instructed them to do. So they made curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle, 11 altogether. All 11 curtains were the same size, 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. They joined 5 of the curtains into one set and the other 6 into another set. Then they made 50 loops along the edge of the end curtain in one set, and also along the edge of the end curtain in the other set. They made 50 bronze clasps to fasten the tent together as a unit. Then they made for the tent a covering of ram skins dyed red, and over that a covering of hides of sea cows. They made upright frames of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Each frame was 10 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide, with 2 projections set parallel to each other. They made all the frames of the tabernacle in this way. They made 20 frames for the south side of the tabernacle and made 40 silver bases to go under them, 2 bases for each frame, one under each projection. For the other side, the north side of the tabernacle, they made 20 frames and 40 silver bases, 2 under each frame. They made 6 frames for the far end, that is, the west end of the tabernacle, and 2 frames were made for the corners of the tabernacle at the far end. At these 2 corners, the frames were doubled from the bottom all the way to the top and fitted into a single ring. Both were made alike, so there were 8 frames and 16 silver bases, 2 under each frame. They also made crossbars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames on one side of the tabernacle, 5 for those on the other side, and 5 for the frames on the west, at the far end of the tabernacle. They made the center crossbar so that it extended from end to end at the middle of the frames. They overlaid the frames with gold and made gold rings to hold the crossbars. They also overlaid the crossbars with gold. They made the curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely twisted linen with cherubim worked into it by a skilled craftsman. They made 4 posts of acacia wood for it and overlaid them with gold. They made gold hooks for them and cast their 4 silver bases. For the entrance to the tent, they made a curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet and finely twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer, and they made 5 posts with hooks for them. They overlaid the tops of the posts and their bands with gold, and made their 5 bases of bronze. So this is the construction of the tabernacle. Guys, we made it through it. Oh my goodness. I was so like, please, please let me be able to finish it off. And we was able to finish it off. So that was all the furnishings of the tabernacle. And as far as what we're reading about the curtains and the crossbars and the frames and how they were to sign it. And God gifted Oholiab and Beelzebub. Did I say that right? Bezalel, I'm sorry, Bezalel, and the other people that God also gifted with this skill to be able to design all of this, construct the tabernacle, and all these different things that God wanted to be done in the exact way that He did it. So, what was your intake of this? What may have been an eye opener? I mean, if you had an eye opener, what we just read, if you do, you do, you don't, you don't. That's fine. It's okay. We're all learning and reading together. But just what we read alone, we as we read it, we realize how God is so detailed in how He wants things done. And as we read, there seem to have been so many different details as to how He wanted these things done, how He wanted the tabernacle done, and how He gifted certain people um, to be able to design this tabernacle in the exact way He wanted it to be designed. He didn't gift everybody to do that. Only certain people He gifted. Because remember, God gives different skills and gifts to different people according to as He see fit. And these particular people were the ones that He gifted to put these things together, the tabernacle and all these things. Not Miriam, or we didn't read Aaron was the one creating these things. I don't recall us reading it. It wasn't all of them. You didn't say Moses, Aaron, Joshua, Miriam, all these different people. It named specific people, Oholiab and Bezalel, and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given ability to do this work. So again, certain people that God wanted to complete this work, not everybody, because He could give everybody the same skills, but everybody doesn't have the same skill. I don't have the same skill that you have. Some of us may have some of the same skills. And somebody that may have the same skill as me, they may have extra skills that God has given them. And I might have extra skills, but maybe a little different. So, but again, we all share different types of skills, but we all don't share all the same skills. God didn't give us all the same skills. So I think that's a wonderful thing that God has given us certain abilities to be able to do certain things and to be able to use those certain things in such wonderful ways to be able to just do some amazing things with, because God gave us these gifts to do amazing things with. And I think that is so wonderful. So tap into your gift today and do amazing things with it. That is my take for today. So thank you again for tuning in. I pray you all have a wonderful day. Please be safe. Wash those hands, wear your mask, and smile. Even though people can't see your smile, but hey, I might, let me see. I can probably see your smile through your mask. Pretend this is a mask. Yeah, because you can see those cheeks going up when you smile. But anyway, be a blessing to others. And how? Glad you asked. So you can be a blessing to others by being kind, speaking nice words to others. When you feel like you want to say something ugly, don't say it at all. Some of you I know were probably told when you were younger, if you don't have nothing to say, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it at all. So if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Tame that tongue. James, the Bible, the book of James talks about it. Taming your tongue. Tame that tongue, y'all. Because sometimes if we don't tame our tongue and we say something, we don't created a bigger mess than what was already started. So tame your tongue. Be forgiving. Be nice to people. Help those that are in need. Give to those that are in need. Um, just do great to other people. Lift them up. Pray for them. Forgive them. Do whatever you can that you know that is a good deed or that is going to help benefit someone. And y'all remember, don't do anything that you do good for others. Don't do it out of selfish ambition. Do it from the heart because we read on that yesterday. It was yesterday we read on that. It might if it wasn't yesterday, it was another day, but we just recently read on it. So whatever, because it's credit to you for nothing. If you can do all these good things for others, but your love was not in it, it's credit to you for nothing. It's nothing. It goes nowhere. You get no credit for it. It doesn't mean anything. It's like you did what you did, but hey, to God it was like, okay, okay. Because again, love was not behind it. So your actions behind what you did for someone weren't the right motives. So make sure when you do help someone, let it be a blessing to you because how many times have you given to someone or helped someone and it was you felt so blessed by it because you were able to help someone. You felt joyed about it. So let that feeling be there. Let your heart be in it when you're helping someone. And sometimes, yeah, it may be inconvenient at times, but that's where the sacrifice come in at. But you do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And you do it because God would have someone do it for you, or you do it because God gave you whatever it is that you needed to help that person. So do it because it will fill your heart and it will bless you and it will make you feel good on the inside because you know you blessed someone. And you just never know how that blessing could be, that blessing can come back to you. And don't do it because you're looking for something in return. Do it because you know it was the right thing to do and because God is looking at you, waiting to see if you're going to do a good deed. So always be ready to do a good deed. Okay. So we are going to, hold on, guys. So, okay. So, that's all for our scripture reading for Exodus 36. Thank you again for tuning in with me and thank you for your continued support. And I will talk back with you again, God willingly, tomorrow and we will bring back we will be in Exodus 37 and we'll be reading on the rest of it. So, I will leave you all with a word of prayer and I will talk back with you tomorrow. Heavenly Father, we thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for keeping this video going. Thank you for all that you have done for us today. And thank you for giving me the strength and the willingness to get back on and do this video again. Thank you so much. Thank you for the desire and the willingness that you have given me, Father, and the strength. I got frustrated, God, but thank you for helping me to overcome that frustration, Father. Thank you for everything. Be with us all as we go throughout our day. Keep us safe. Father, be with those who don't have power right now. Please restore their power, Lord. Help everyone to be safe out there on the roads. Get them to their destination safe. Heal those that are sick. Comfort those that are mourning. Protect those that are in dangerous situations, Father. Restore families, Father. Restore marriages and children. God, restore all relationships, Father. Take care of the homeless, Father. Feed them, clothe them, shelter them. Help them to find what they need, Father. But please help us, Father, in this broken world, Father. Heal our hearts, save and deliver us, Father, and direct us, Father, and keep us close to you. And help those who have not yet surrendered their life to you, Father. Help them to know you and help them to surrender all and everything to you and give their hearts to Jesus. Father, just be with us. Take care of us and see us throughout the rest of this day. And Father, help those who have lost things within this storm, Father. Help them to repair, Father, and rebuild, Father, and give them the help that they need. And bless those families, Father, who have lost loved ones during this storm. Father, see us through. Thank you for another day. Continue to see us through each and every day. Let your spirit fall down upon us, Father, and help us to stay close. And Father, don't let your spirit leave us, Father, but let your spirit continue to dwell with us and stay with us. We thank you so much and we love you. We pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Amen. Amen, everyone. You all have a wonderful day. Be safe and be blessed. And I love you all.